Then we move on to feature engineering for time series. By define, calculate RSI is equal to price on Windows 14. So delta is equal to price on diff, gain is equal to delta where delta is greater than 0, rolling window is equal to window.mean, loss is equal to negative delta where delta is greater than 0, and rolling windows is windows.mean. RSS is equal to gain and loss, and return is equal to 100 minus 100. 1 plus RSS. Basically this calculates the RSS for each of like the price for its delta, gain, loss, and RSS. Then we move on to data. RSI is 14 is equal to calculate RSI, data price. Then we move on to moving average conversion divergence. So EXP is equal to data price. EWM spans 20.mean. Basically this shows us like the fast exponential moving average, while XP2 is equal to data price. EMW span 26.mean basically shows us like the slow exponential moving average. Data MD is equal to exponential 1 minus exponential 2. Basically shows us the difference between like the fast and slow exponential moving averages. Then MACD signal is equal to data MCD EM span the main. Basically this shows us the 9-day EMA of the MACD line, and then the histogram basically shows us like the difference between the MACD and like the signal lines itself. Next, we move on to boiler brands. So data boiler brand middle is equal to data price dot rolling windows equal dot mean. Basically, this shows us like the 20-day simple moving averages. Then a BD dot standard deviation shows us the 20-day standard deviation. BB dot upper basically shows us like the upper band of like SMA plus like the 2 standard deviation, and while this one BB dot lower shows us like the lower band of SMA minus like 2 standard deviation. And BBA position basically shows us the price position within like the brand from like 0 to 1 scale. Then we move on to price momentum for price in 5, 10, and 20. Data is equal to momentum period is data price divided by data price dot shift period minus 1. Basically this line of code basically measures the rate of price changes over like the different time scales. Then we move on to volatility measures is equal to for period in IF5, 10 and 20. Data volatility period is equal to data returns dot rolling window dot equal to period dot standard deviation. Basically this quantifies like the price variability over like the different time frames. Then we move on to printing out the technical indicators created by the total columns by lendata columns. Then we move on to showing some of the technical indicators by assigning technical indicators equal to RSI 14 to all the way to volatility 10. And then when you basically print out tech indicators by data tech indicators dot tail. So the technical indicators created are the columns of 90, and here's like the tail of all of these. So from RSI 14 all the way to volatility 10, and here the data sets for each. So yeah, next we move on to advanced features. So new features is equal to empty brackets. Basically this creates a dictionary to store all the new features before adding them to like the main data frame. Then we have for window in 5, 10, 20 to 15 all the way to new features distance SMA window. Data brackets price minus data SMA window divided by data SMA window. Basically this block of code basically calculates the distance from like the moving averages. Then we move on to new features. Price acceleration is equal to data price acceleration dot diff. Basically this measures like the rate of change of like the price change. And then we have new features volume proximity equal to data as standard deviation 5, the absolute value data brackets returns. Basically this creates like a volume proxy. And then we have for window in 10 to 20 all the way till data SMA window dot shift window. Basically this block of code, what it does, it measures like the moving average itself, and it like indicates like the trend strength as like stronger uptrend have like larger positive trend strength, while like strong downward have like large negative trend strength. So yeah. Then we move on to our new features is equals to support levels to data frame price, our rolling window. Basically this shows us the lowest price in the last 50 days, while resistance levels shows us like the highest prices in the last 50 days, which is like the ceiling. Then we have the support distance, which shows us like how far above like the support level, and then the resistance distance shows us how far below it is from the resistance level. And then we move on to new features is equal to df.pd.data frame. New features index is data.index. Data is equal to pd.concat data new features df access 1. Basically, this effectively like adds all the new features at once by using a concat function over here. Afterwards, we print out the total columns and we print out the shape of this. So advanced features created the total columns are 102 with a data shape of like 365 rows to 102 columns.